Hey, and welcome to Smart Office, weekly tips and tricks to work around Microsoft Office applications. Today, I will show you something that has to do with Microsoft Excel.
How to use mixed references in Microsoft Excel. As mentioned in another video of mine, an absolute reference has a $sign before the column and a $sign before the row. The column and the row will not change when it's copied. An absolute reference is specified by the $sign before the column and before the row. Many people confuse the difference between an absolute reference with a mixed reference. When we use an absolute reference when filling cells, it keeps the row and column constant. When we want to use mixed cell reference though, it can get a little bit tricky. There are two types of mixed cell reference, and which are the following. The dollar before the column is locked and does not change, while the row changes when the formula is copied. The dollar before the row is locked and does not change, while the column changes when the formula is copied. In this spreadsheet, I have entered the income for some months. The income for the months January, February, March, April, May. Also, I have entered the expenses for the same months. And I've also calculated how much money I will have left for each month. And then at the right, I have a total of the income, total of the expenses, and the total of the money left. Now, in the cell B7, I want to calculate the percentage of the money that I will have for each month. First for the income, second for the expenses, and then for the money left. So to calculate the percentage, I must start the formula with the equal. Select the cell B2, which is the first for income for January. Divide with the cell total, so I can find the percentage. I press the enter button, and very nice, 22% is for the month of January. I fill in the formula for the rest of the cells. Will I have a result? No, I will not have a result. Let's see why. I'm going to activate the cell D7 and see that very nice. It divides the D1 cell, which contains the income for the month March, but with the cell I2, which is empty. The same for the month May. It divides the F2 cell, which contains the income for the month May, but with the cell K2. So, in the formula that I have entered, I want to define the formula that I want the column to remain steady while I drag the formula to the rest of the cells. So, I activate the formula bar here. What do I want? The column to stay constant. So I just press the symbol dollar in front of the column, the name of the column, this case G, and I press the enter button. Again 22%, but now if I fill in the formula for the rest of the cells, I will have a result. February. Very nice, C2 with G2. April, E2 with G2. F2 with G2. So what did I tell the formula to do? While dragging, I wanted the column to become steady for the formula. Again, in the expenses, I can either drag this down and have a result, or do the same thing again. Over here we see that the row has moved. If I activate it, B3 very well is the expense for the month of January, with G3, which is the total expenses. The same here. B4, which is the money left for the month of January, with the cell G4. The column is steady, but the row has moved. Again, if I fill in the formula for the rest of the cells, I will have a result. And I've calculated the percentage of money for my income, for expenses, and how much percent money I will have left. In this case, I use the constant to make the column steady. In other cases, we might find that we might want to keep the row steady. So what we will do, we won't put the dollar sign in front of the column, but we'll put it in front of the row. And this way, the column will move while dragging, but the row will remain steady.
Thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw in this video, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, head down to the comment section and let me know.